All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on two-day visit to Uzbekistan today to attend the SCO summit. Union Cabinet approves inclusion of tribes of 5 states in the Scheduled Tribes category. Election Commission orders special revision of photo electoral rolls in all parliamentary and assembly constituencies of Jammu and Kashmir. 2 terrorists killed in an encounter with security forces in Nogam area of Srinagar. Filing of nominations for Padma Awards 2023 to end this evening. Supreme Court accepts BCCI's proposed change in its constitution. Saurav Ganguly to continue as president and Jay Shah as secretary. Vinesh Fogart wins bronze in the World Wrestling Championships in Serbia. In football, India beat Nepal 4-0 to clinch the SAF Under-17 Championship title in Colombo. And in women's cricket, third and final T20 international between India and England to be played in Bristol tonight. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will embark on a 2-day visit to Samarkand of Uzbekistan today to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO summit. Mr. Modi is visiting the country at the invitation of Uzbekistan President Shavkat Mirziyoyev. Minister of External Affairs has said at the summit leaders expected to review the grouping's activities over the past 2 decades and discuss the prospects of multilateral cooperation. Our correspondent reports the summit will be attended by leaders of SCO member states, Observer States, Secretary General of the SCO, Executive Director of the SCO Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, RATS, President of Turkmenistan and other invited guests.
The 22nd meeting of the Council of Heads of State of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization will discuss topical issues of regional and global importance. This will be the first in-person summit after the COVID pandemic hit the world. The last summit was held in June 2019 in Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan. Chinese President Xi Jinping, Russian President Vladimir Putin, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi are among the invited leaders. Prime Minister Modi is also likely to hold bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the summit. The SCO is an intergovernmental organization founded in Shanghai in June 2001. It currently comprises 8 member states: China, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Pakistan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. Suparna Saikya, AIR News, Delhi.
Union Cabinet has approved inclusion of some tribes of Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh in the list of scheduled tribes. Briefing media New Delhi, Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda said it was long pending demand of these tribes which has been fulfilled. He said the move will help them availing welfare benefits.
मंत्रिमंडल के बैठक में जनजातीय विषयों के बारे में फैसले लिए गए जो काफी दिनों से विभिन्न राज्यों के मामले बरसों तक पेंडिंग रहा और वो इस तरह के सुविधाओं से वंचित रहे। छत्तीसगढ़ में कुल अधिसूचित 42 जनजातियां इस समय है और उसमें से 11 में पर्यायवाची शब्द के रूप में जोड़े गए हैं। इसी तरीके से हिमाचल में हट्टी समुदाय सिरमौर जिले के अंदर ट्रांसगिरी क्षेत्र में एरिया स्पेसिफिक रहने वाले 1,60,000 लोग अब इस सूची में शामिल होंगे। इसी तरीके से तमिलनाडु में पूरे हिल्स में रहने वाले एक ट्राइबल जिसकी सूची में नाम नहीं थी, नारी कोरबन और कुरुबिकरण, इसके बारे में भी मंत्रिपरिषद ने स्वीकृति दी है।
In Morning Matters, let us now listen to a discussion on cabinet decisions. The participants are political analyst Prafulla Ketkar and journalist Neelap Srivastav.
A meeting of the Union Cabinet was held under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Some important decisions were taken during this meeting of the Council of Ministers, and we are going to talk about some of those important ones. Going to the first decision, the more important decision, Mr. Ketkar, the Cabinet approving the Constitution Amendment for the tribal group. How significant is this and what is the importance of this decision?
This decision by the Cabinet to make a special amendment to fulfill the demand of one community that is residing in Himachal Himachal and some parts of even Uttarakhand called Hattis. That the area is called Transgiri. And there was a long-standing demand to give them the tribal status. Many political parties at different times actually made the promise. Even this year, Lok Sabha MP from Mandi, when asked a question whether the Transgiri area of Himachal Pradesh has been granted the status of tribal affairs, then Tribal Affairs Minister Vishweshwar Tudu said the proposal could not be considered due to want of requisite criteria. Now, to grant a community tribal status, there is a specific need, and to fulfill that need, that community has to have some unique tradition. They have to be located in specific area. So there are various requirements as per the Article 244(2) of the Constitution. So accordingly, Himachal Pradesh submitted a proposal for notifying the Transgiri area of Sirmaur district, then Dodra Khwar subdivision of Shimla district, 15-20 areas of Shimla and Kulu district as scheduled areas. And now with this proposal sanctioning, now this particular community, which is known for selling homegrown crops, vegetables in small market towns called as huts, and from those huts, because their markets keep shifting, and that's how they were called as Hattis. Now, if you see the spread of this community, it is very peculiar. In Himachal Pradesh itself, Hattis live in around 154 panchayat areas, and members of community as per the 2011 census was around 2.5 lakh. Now it is estimated around 3 lakh. Himachal-Uttarakhand border, that basin is very important strategically also, and mainly this community, in fact there are two sets of community within Hattis. One is called as the Transgiri, the other is called as the Jausar Bawar, and both of them reside in this particular area. I think this is a landmark step because this was a long pending demand, a deprived community. Anyway, in some ways they are attached to the forest area, the land, and having unique traditions. Their headgears are also very typical white color. So another important decision to ensure social justice, inclusivity, and giving due rights so that the schemes of the government, especially of the Tribal Welfare Ministry, reach out to the sections who are really marginalized.
The second important decision, if we talk, is about the signing of the guarantees with the FIFA for hosting the Under-17 Women's World Cup in India. The cabinet did sanction that particular proposal. How do we see that this particular decision when it comes to increasing the kind of sporting acumen or probably the kind of sporting enthusiasm within the country? So how does this decision stand out?
This cabinet approval of signing of guarantees for hosting FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in 2022 is again a very important decision. Earlier, remember that we hosted Under-17 FIFA World Cup for men's in 2017. That definitely helped our young footballers to get the exposure to not just see the matches but also kind of watching the football of future champions. That naturally encourages people to take to sports, and overall sporting culture is developed around this tournament. Now this signing of guarantees is another way that the cabinet under Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has in a way ensured that the financial outlay of 10 crore assistance to All India Football Federation, we have seen all the hiccups, whether the World Cup would take place or not, All India Football Federation as a committee would be there or not. In fact, we have seen a lot of politics around it, and after all those hiccups, government not just ensured this event will go on, but government has given a guarantee. Now what will this guarantee do? It will ensure field of play maintenance, it will ensure stadium power, energy and cabling, it will be maintenance of stadiums, training, site branding. So all these budgetary allocations will be ensured through this scheme, and this scheme of assistance to National Sports Federation, that will be actually implemented through this guarantee.
That was a brief overview on the major decisions taken by the Union Cabinet. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Mr. Ketkar.
Thank you.
You are listening to a discussion on cabinet decisions. The participants were political analyst Prafulla Ketkar and journalist Nilab Srivastav.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has called upon IAS officers to work with dedication for improvement in delivery and services and grievance redressal to citizens while maintaining the principle of anonymity. 75 IAS officers of the 2020 batch posted as assistant secretaries in various ministries called on the Vice President at Upa Rashtrapati Niwas yesterday. Secretary in the Department of Personnel and Training DOPT S. Radha Chauhan and other senior officials also present on the occasion. Mr. Dhankar advised the officers to remember that today's citizen aspires to have a choice in the processes of policy formulation and implementation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today greeted all the engineers on the occasion of Engineers Day. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "Our nation is blessed to have a skilled and talented pool of engineers who are contributing to nation building." He said the government is working to enhance infrastructure for studying engineering, including building more engineering colleges. The Prime Minister said on Engineers Day, the nation remembers the path-breaking contribution of Sir M. Vishveshwaraya. We hope the contribution of Sir M. Vishveshwaraya will keep inspiring generations of future engineers to distinguish themselves. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on a 2-day visit to Uzbekistan today to attend the SCO summit. Union Cabinet approves the inclusion of tribes of 5 states in the Scheduled Tribes category. Election Commission orders special revision of photo electoral rolls in all parliamentary and assembly constituencies of Jammu and Kashmir. 2 terrorists killed in encounter with security forces in Naugam area of Srinagar. Filing of nominations of Padma Awards 2023 to end this evening. Supreme Court accepts BCCI's proposed change in its constitution, Saurav Ganguly to continue as president and Jay Shah as secretary. Vinesh Phogat wins bronze in World Wrestling Championship in Serbia. In football, India beat Nepal 4-0 to clinch SAF U17 Championship title in Colombo. And in women's cricket, 3rd and final T20 international between India and England to be played in Bristol tonight. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Northeast Diary program broadcast every Thursday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Northeast Diary this week, which is the 15th of September 2022, brings an exclusive interview with Dr. Chandrani Ghosh, District Program Officer, Department of Social Welfare and Social Education in the Government of Tripura. Looking forward to see you there.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग हेतु संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Welcome back to the morning news. The Election Commission of India ECI has ordered special revision of photo electoral rolls in all parliamentary and assembly constituencies of Jammu and Kashmir. The integrated draft electoral roll will be published today, while claims and objections can be filed till the 25th of next month. Disposal of claims and objections have been scheduled on the 10th of November, while as final publication of electoral roll has been scheduled on the 25th of November. Assistant Electoral Registration Officer Migrant in Delhi, Jammu and Udhampur will receive the claims and objections from the Kashmiri migrants living within their jurisdiction as per the given schedule. Talking to AIR News, Anandnagar District Election Officer Dr. Basharat Qayyum said all individuals who are 18 years of age or above as on 1st of next month can get their names enrolled in the electoral rolls. Forms and draft electoral roll can be downloaded at www.cojk.nic.in.
यहाँ पे जो स्पेशल समरी रिवीजन है वो पूरी यूटी में है और उसी तरह इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में भी चल रहा है। और जो हमारे नए वोटर्स हैं 1 अक्टूबर को 18 साल के हो जाएंगे, उनको इस सिस्टम में जुड़ने के लिए वो भी अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन करा सकते हैं और आज से ये प्रोसेस शुरू हो जाएगा।
In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces in Naugam area of Srinagar last night. The gun battle broke out after Jammu and Kashmir police and 50 Rashtriya Rifles launched an operation into Naugam area following an input about presence of terrorists. Police said the neutralized terrorists were associated with Ansar Ghazwat-ul-Hind and were involved in the attack on non-local labourer who hailed from West Bengal.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate a project to relocate cheetahs to Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh on 17th September. After 70 years, cheetahs will once again be able to roam in their natural habitat. The Government of India officially declared the cheetah extinct in the country in 1952. More from our correspondent.
Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has described it as a historic achievement for the state.
मध्य प्रदेश के लिए ऐतिहासिक दिन है। 17 सितंबर को माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी पधार रहे हैं और चीता जो भारत से विलुप्त हो गया था, न केवल भारत से बल्कि एशिया महाद्वीप से विलुप्त हो गया था। पहले नामीबिया से और फिर दक्षिण अफ्रीका से भी यहाँ चीते आएंगे।
The people of Shiopur, Morena and Shivpuri districts located around the Kuno National Park will also getting benefit from the increase in tourism activities from the Cheetah project. Union Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting L. Murugan also told AIR in Bhopal yesterday that with the increase in tourism, employment opportunities will also be created for the local community.
चीता आ रही है, हम सबको खुशी है। इसके बारे में टूरिज्म भी बढ़ जाएंगे, टूरिस्ट बढ़ जाएंगे तो हमारा इनकम भी बढ़ जाएंगे, नौकरी का भी बढ़ने के लिए संभव है।
An area of 750 square kilometer has been selected for soft release of cheetahs in Kuno National Park. Apart from this, around 3,000 square kilometer forest area will be available for free movement of cheetahs in Shiopur and Shivpuri districts. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
BJP National President JP Nadda will be on a 2-day visit to Nagaland beginning today. Mr. Nadda will address a public meeting at Old Rifim village in Orkha district this afternoon. He will then proceed to Kohima to address the BJP leaders at the Capital Cultural Hall. The BJP President will also hold meeting with state legislators and Rajya Sabha MPs at the residence of Deputy Chief Minister. Mr. Nadda will then meet Chief Minister Nephew Rio in the evening. He is also expected to meet the members of the State Core Committee before leaving for Delhi tomorrow.
Today is the last date for nominations for Padma Awards 2023. The online nominations or recommendations for the Padma Awards 2023 to be announced on the eve of Republic Day 2023 was opened on the 1st of May this year. The nominations or recommendations for Padma Awards will be received online only on the Rashtriya Puraskar portal awards.gov.in. Details in this regard are also available under the heading Awards and Medals on the website of the Ministry of Home Affairs mha.gov.in and on the Padma Awards portal padmaawards.gov.in. Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for the 1.3 billion citizens across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series, Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani Ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio.
Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani Ke Saath, reliving the journey of India since independence over the last 75 years with All India Radio. From 15th August, the series is being broadcast on All India Radio, 100.1 FM Gold Channel, primetime news bulletins and across all its platforms. Tune in to stay updated with All India Radio.
In today's episode, we will bring you the story of infrastructure development in India.
The infrastructure sector is a key driver for the Indian economy. It includes power, bridges, dams, roads and urban infrastructure development. The major reforms in the Indian infrastructure sector came with the implementation of the 12th Five-Year Plan 2012 to 2017, where the government began to place a significant emphasis on the infrastructure sector by announcing investments to the tune of $1 trillion, with 40% of the funds coming from the private sector. As a part of its policy reforms, the government also allowed 100% foreign direct investment through an automatic route, ensuring minimal interference from governmental entities. In order to boost the growth of the infrastructure sector, the Narendra Modi government has introduced the National Infrastructure Pipeline, NIP, along with other programs like Make in India and the Production Linked Incentives, PLI scheme. Prime Minister Modi has introduced various initiatives for the infrastructure sector, which include Smart Cities Mission, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Jal Jeevan Mission and Udan scheme. Recent government initiatives like the Gati Shakti National Master Plan, National Infrastructure Pipeline and Asset Monetization Plan pave the way for the country to have a robust infrastructure framework.
PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan के तहत रोड से लेकर रेलवे तक, एविएशन से लेकर के एग्रीकल्चर तक विभिन्न मंत्रालयों को, विभागों को इससे जोड़ा जा रहा है। हर बड़े प्रोजेक्ट को, हर डिपार्टमेंट को सही जानकारी, सटीक जानकारी समय पर मिले, इसके लिए टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटफॉर्म भी तैयार किया गया है।
Across the nation, world-class infrastructure in the fields of roads, waterways, trains, airports and ports are being built. The goal is to improve interconnectivity between roads, rails, airways and waterways to cut travel time and increase industrial production. The total length of national highways has grown from 21,378 kilometers in 1947 to more than 1.4 lakh kilometers. Union Minister of Roads, Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari says that India now has the second largest road network in the world with a total length of about 63 lakh kilometers.
India has about 63 lakh kilometers of road network, which is the second largest road network in the world. The road infrastructure plays a critical role in the growth of the Indian economy, as 70% of the goods and nearly 90% of passenger traffic uses the road network to commute. The national highway constitute about 2.2% of the total road network, but carry over 40% of the total road traffic.
India has 13 major ports and 205 notified minor and intermediate ports. 6 new megaports are to be developed under the Sagarmala project. Airport Authority of India manages a total of 137 airports, which includes 103 domestic airports, 24 international airports and 10 customs airports. There are 34 operational international airports in India. After 75 years of independence, India has risen to become Asia's third largest electricity generator. It has increased its ability to produce energy from 1,362 megawatts in 1947 to 3,95,600 megawatts. Infrastructure development is essential for the country to achieve its goal of having a $5 trillion economy by 2025.
Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashvani ke saath can be accessed on at AIR News Alerts on Twitter, News on AIR official YouTube channel, News on AIR app, Facebook and Instagram handles. So tune in to All India Radio News for Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashvani ke saath.
The Cabinet has approved the signing of guarantees for hosting FIFA Under-17 Women's Football World Cup. Briefing media in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said India will host the event from the 11th to 30th of October. The matches will be played in Navi Mumbai, Goa and Bhubaneswar. He added that teams from 16 countries will participate in the event. Mr. Thakur said in 2017, India had hosted the FIFA Under-17 Men's Football World Cup.
प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में कैबिनेट की बैठक हुई और उसमें अंडर 17 वुमेन फुटबॉल वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप जो एफसी फीफा द्वारा करवाई जाएगी उसकी साइनिंग ऑफ गारंटीज की अनुमति दी गई है। 11 अक्टूबर से 30 अक्टूबर तक अंडर 17 वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप होने जा रहा है। ये उसी तर्ज पर है जैसा 2017 में अंडर 17 मेंस वर्ल्ड कप हुआ था और इस बार के जो अंडर 17 वुमेन फुटबॉल वर्ल्ड कप है इसमें 16 टीमें भाग लेंगी। 11 अक्टूबर से 30 अक्टूबर तक इसको किया जाएगा। 3 शहरों में इसको खेला जाएगा।
The Supreme Court has allowed the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, to amend its constitution relating to the cooling off period for the President, Secretary among other office bearers. This amendment may enable Board President Saurav Ganguly and Secretary Jay Shah to have longer tenures in BCCI. The Supreme Court was hearing the matter of changing BCCI rules relating to the cooling off period for the President, Secretary and other office bearers. A bench of Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and Hima Kohli allowed BCCI to amend its constitution. BCCI had sought permission to change the rules relating to the cooling off period for the President, Secretary and other office bearers. The petition also sought a direction for the extension of the tenure of BCCI President Sourav Ganguly and Secretary J. Shah.
In football, Indian men's team clinched the SAF Under-17 Championship title, defeating Nepal 4-0 in the final in Colombo yesterday evening. Bobby Singh, Kaurav Singh, captain Vannalpeka Guite and Aman scored a goal each to shape a resounding victory in India's favour. With this win, India retains the title. Vinesh Fogart has become the first Indian woman wrestler to win 2 medals at the World Championships after clinching a bronze in the 53kg category at Belgrade in Serbia yesterday. The Commonwealth Games 2022 gold medalist defeated reigning European champion Emma Malmgren of Sweden 8-0. She had previously earned the podium position in the 2019 edition of the tournament at Nur Sultan in Kazakhstan.
In women's cricket, the third and final 2020 international between India and England will be played today at the country ground in Bristol. The match will begin at 11 p.m. Indian time. Earlier on Tuesday, India defeated England by 8 wickets in the second 2020 to level the 3-match series 1-1. Indian Meteorological Department IMD has predicted heavy rainfall in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand during the next few days. IMD said a few places in Kumaon and adjoining areas of Garhwal region are likely to receive heavy to very heavy rainfall. In Maharashtra, Met Office has issued a yellow alert for Mumbai, Thane and Sindhudurg. We spoke to IMD DG Mrutyunjay Mahapatra.
एक वेलमार्क लो प्रेशर एरिया नॉर्थ वेस्ट मध्य प्रदेश के ऊपर केंद्रीभूत है। यह अगले 2 दिन में धीरे धीरे पहले उत्तर उत्तर पश्चिम दिशा में जाकर बाद में उत्तर पूर्व दिशा में दक्षिण यूपी के ऊपर गति करेगा। इसके प्रभाव में 15 से 17 तक उत्तर प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड और जो मध्य प्रदेश के एडजॉइनिंग एरिया है, यहाँ सभी जगह में बारिश होने के साथ साथ कुछ इलाके में हेवी टू वेरी हेवी रेनफॉल होने का पूर्वानुमान है और 1-2 जगह पर एक्सट्रीमली हेवी रेनफॉल यानी 20 सेंटीमीटर ज्यादा बारिश हो सकता है। इसके साथ साथ जो एडजॉइनिंग एरिया हरियाणा है, दिल्ली है, यहाँ भी 80 बेसिस में रेनफॉल हो सकता है।
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature was 25 and the maximum will be around 29 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Chennai will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Jammu, Leh and Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky. Srinagar and Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky. Hyderabad will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Bangalore will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Visakhapatnam will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Guwahati, Agartala, Itanagar, Aizawl, Kohima, Imphal, Gangtok and Shillong will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. 8 of 11 Congress MLAs join BJP in Goa, leads the Tribune. The paper writes that defector include ex-CM Kamath. BJP strength in 40-member House is now 28. 5 Assam tribal outfits resign according Delhi, informs the Asian Age. India expresses displeasure at F-16 aid to Pakistan, states Hindustan Times. The Tribune, quoting the United States on drills in Russia, writes, sovereign India can take own decision. Full support for Agnipath rallies, Punjab CM says, after army warning, says Indian Express. Modi gifts to go under hammer on birthday, writes the Pioneer. Union Cabinet approves signing of guarantees of Women's World Cup football from 11 till 30 October, notes the Statesman. Naresh Kumar, tennis doyen, passes away, informs the Hindu. The paper writes that he ushered in a golden era. And finally, Google suffers big EU setback as it fails to topple €4 billion fine, reports the Times of India.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on 2-day visit to Uzbekistan today to attend the SCO summit. Union Cabinet approves the inclusion of tribes of 5 states in the Scheduled Tribes category. Election Commission orders special revision of photo electoral rolls at all parliamentary and assembly constituencies of Jammu and Kashmir. 2 terrorists killed in encounter with security forces in Nogam area of Srinagar. Filing of nominations for Padma Awards 2023 to end this evening. Supreme Court accepts BCCI's proposed change in its constitution. Sourav Ganguly to continue as president and J. Shah as secretary. Vinesh Fogart wins bronze at the World Wrestling Championships in Serbia. In football, India beat Nepal 4-0 to clinch SAF Under-17 Championship title in Colombo. And in women's cricket, third and final T20 international between India and England to be played in Bristol tonight. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.